Well, if you step outside, I'm willing to bet you're going to spot a whole bunch of leaves on the ground. 'Tis the season, right? But it turns out if all those falling leaves end up in our water systems, it's bad for humans, animals, and plants. But why is that? And what can we do to stop it? For those answers, we sat down with the University of Illinois Extension Office.
We are joined by Emily Swihart with University of Illinois Extension. Thank you so much for being here with us.
It is my pleasure.
It's that time of year when the leaves are everywhere. And before we get into what you can do with your piles, can you just leave them in your backyard? Is not raking an option?
It is an option, and it can be a good one depending on your goals for your landscape. So, leaving your leaves is a mess, but it's okay because actually that can develop and provide habitat for a lot of creatures that we want to have in our landscape. So, think of like fireflies or some of our native bees do overwinter in those leaves. And so, yeah, you can leave them. There's a bit of nuance to it. There's some cautionary tales if you're leaving them, say, on a lawn. That leaf material can become matted and can actually suppress some of the plant material. So that would damage your lawn. So it kind of depends, but yes, in some situations, leaving your leaves is a great option.
But the reason we're chatting today is because it can also be pretty problematic, especially in the more urban or metro areas. What's the problem with leaves in the fall when they get washed into water systems?
Sometimes these leaves are washed into our streets, and this can become problematic because then they enter into our storm sewer systems. And most of our storm sewer systems are just a direct channel for the water in our streets to a local body of water. So a creek, a stream, the river, a lake. And so with it, when the water is moving through these systems, those leaves that have been washed into the streets and into the system are also being carried into our water systems. This becomes problematic because when those leaves are directly decomposing in water, they are releasing their nutrients in this water system. Usually, nutrients are a good thing, except that in water, the abundance of phosphorus, this is an essential nutrient for plants, it helps with their growth, is usually tied up in soil. So it's never really a problem when they're decomposing in our landscape. But in water, this can lead to what we call algae blooms. I'm sure people have heard of algae blooms. Um, for water quality, this becomes a problem because an algae bloom is going to be absorbing those nutrients and the oxygen that is in water. And if you want to have a healthy water system, you need oxygen in there so that plants and wildlife can live. And so that's, we really want to maintain our water systems for recreation purposes, for the health of those ecosystems, and keeping leaves out of them is a really important component of that.
Okay, that's really interesting. I guess I would have assumed when we're saying it's bad for leaves to get in our water systems, I'm thinking, oh, they'll clog drains or something, but it's actually the nutrient phosphorus that's permeating into this water. So, what can we do? Is it just your only option is make sure you bag your leaves, or what else can you do?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So there are some different options. So we already talked about leaving the leaves on the landscape. You could also run over them with a mower and chop the leaves up and break them into smaller pieces. This helps reduce the matting that can occur on lawns. And so you can help kind of preserve the health of your landscape by reducing the size of the leaves, but leaving the material on there to decompose and provide, those nutrients back into your soil. It's free fertilizer if you do that. Is how I look at it. So you can do that. If you don't want to mow them or you don't want to leave them on your lawn, you can compost them. You can move them to a compost pile and use them in the future. You can bag and dispose of leaves. I know a lot of our communities have leaf pickup systems and waste collection days. That's an option. What we don't want to do when we're bagging our leaves is put them in a plastic bag and throw them in the trash. That can be really harmful to our waste facilities and our landfill facilities. So we do not want to put organic matter, which is what leaves would be, into a trash bag and throw it away. We would want to put them in a bag for the waste pickup day.
Well, Emily, thank you so much. As beautiful as the leaves are to look at, we have to remember to take care of them after they fall. Thank you so much for your time today.
It has been my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Now, if you want to share this story or revisit any of Emily's suggestions, you can head over to our website and click on the As Seen on TV tab.